Hello, I'm Tony Joseph, President of Dacor, and I'm delighted to welcome you to our video guide. Whether you have the single or double oven model, this tape will help you to better understand convection cooking and your Convection-Plus oven. Since 1948, when my father, Stanley Joseph, developed the first complete ventilating hood to remove smoke and odors from kitchens, we have introduced many new products to the industry. Present products range from sophisticated, easy-to-use cooktops, such as the modular series we see here, to our dramatic downdraft system, which disappears into the countertop when not in use. With fine products such as these, it was only natural for us to bring you our latest innovation, your Convection-Plus oven. And to help you get the most out of it, I'd like to introduce Ms. Marlene Brown. Marlene is a home economist, former magazine editor for Better Homes and Gardens, and author of the International Produce Cookbook and Guide. Now let's go to the Dacor Test Kitchens, where Marlene will take you on an informative tour of your Convection-Plus oven. Marlene?
Thank you, Tony, and hello. We're going to be talking to you about the Convection-Plus single convection oven and the Convection-Plus double oven. Once you come to know the capabilities of this state-of-the-art convection oven, you'll come to appreciate this marvelous appliance, and your family and guests will too. For this video, we will be using the double oven with double convection to demonstrate visually all of the basic functions of the control panel, cooking modes, and the self-cleaning mode. Now, we're assuming that you've read the use and care manual so that you're somewhat familiar with most of the things we'll be talking about. And we're going to pay particular attention to the 3 convection cooking modes, because we know those are the ones you're probably least familiar with. Okay, let's start by covering some of the operating features. The multi-purpose electronic clock features both time and temperature functions. You can use it to delay the start of cooking in the delay time program. Simply set the length of time you want to cook and then set it for the time you want to eat, and it automatically knows when it should turn itself on to start cooking. You can use the clock as a countdown timer that beeps when the time is up. It will indicate your temperature setting and the cooking mode you are using. And when the oven heats in a convection or bake mode, the temperature is displayed in 5-degree increments, from 135 up to 555 degrees. It also indicates if heat or preheat functions are on. The 4 touch pads beneath the clock are the Timer 1 pad and Timer 2 pad, which set the timers for the upper and lower ovens respectively. Then the clock pad, which sets the time of day, and the stop time pad, which sets the time for the end of the delay time mode. That's when you want your meal to be finished cooking. For those of you with a double oven, there are 2 sets of mode selectors. Choose either the upper or the lower oven functions. Below the mode selectors are 3 touch pads. The cook time pad is used to select how long you want to cook. Use it when you are using the delay time cooking mode. This pad, Cancel Secure, is useful for canceling your program selection on any oven mode or the delay time program, and the minute timers. It also activates the Secure feature. By pressing either pad for approximately 3 seconds, the control panel is deactivated. This makes the controls child-resistant and allows cleaning of the control panel without accidentally turning on the oven. Off will be displayed when in the Secure mode. The lighting control pads will remain active in Secure mode, and the inside light turns on with a push of the pad. Just press the Time Temperature Plus key to increase and the minus key to decrease the time or temperature setting. Note that there is no audible beep when pressing the plus, the minus, or the light keys. The huge capacity of the Convection-Plus oven is apparent with the 6 available rack positions. 3 oven racks are supplied for each convection oven chamber, and for those of you with the double oven, single convection system, 2 racks are provided for the lower oven. These lower racks are deeper since there is no convection system in the lower oven. This, of course, means the racks for the non-convection oven will not fit in the upper convection oven. To install a rack, align the horizontal edges with the guide rails and slide the racks into the oven. The multiple rack positions will enable you to take advantage of the large capacity of this oven. For example, it's a lot easier to bake 3 sheets of cookies at a time than to go through the trouble of baking each batch separately. In a few minutes, we'll take a look at how multi-rack baking can save you time and energy in the kitchen. But there are two more things to remember about the racks. First, be sure to position them prior to heating the oven. And secondly, always remove the racks before using the self-cleaning function. The self-cleaning mode is so hot that it will cause the racks to permanently discolor. Racks that have been self-cleaned will not slide smoothly on the rack supports. The oven light is located in the top of the oven chamber. It is a 40-watt appliance bulb and is easily changed. The convection filter removes cooking odors and prevents grease from collecting behind the convection baffle. The convection filter, along with your oven racks, should be removed for self-cleaning, as it will also discolor. The filter is easily removed. Simply lift it out. Use a mild detergent and a soft bristle brush to remove baked-on grease. When reinstalling the filter, make certain the two filter mounting tabs hook onto the horizontal bar guard. Also, always reinstall the filter afterwards to cover the high-speed convection fan. The self-clean door latch is located just above the oven door. This latch will automatically lock the door 30 seconds after selecting the self-cleaning mode and duration. Lock will appear in the clock display. Once you start the self-cleaning function and the oven has heated up, you cannot open the door until the oven temperature has cooled to below 390 degrees. You will find the oven's model and serial numbers on a plaque behind the vent slots in the top left side of the oven frame. Should you ever need service, it will be helpful to know where this is. Be sure the oven is completely cold before attempting to look through these slots. The cool air intakes are located below the door handles and between the doors in the double oven model. The oven exhaust is located at the bottom of the oven. The intakes and exhaust should never be obstructed. Your Convection-Plus oven offers you 5 ways to cook your favorite recipes, like this wonderful chicken pot pie. Just look at that beautiful brown crust. I wish you could smell that wonderful aroma. The single convection oven, the double oven with double convection, and the upper chamber of the double convection oven offer you standard bake, broil, pure convection, convection bake, convection broil, and the self-clean function. The lower chamber of the double oven with single convection offers you standard bake, standard broil, and the self-clean mode only. Selecting each mode is simple. Right now, let's look at how each mode works. This will help you to select the proper mode for each cooking situation. First is standard bake. It's also called conventional baking, and it's what we've all been doing until the recent invention of the convection oven. It's the traditional baking mode. In the standard bake mode, the bottom element provides conventional radiant heat. Temperature settings range from 135 to 555 degrees for standard bake. Keep in mind that standard bake is most effective for single rack baking and roasting. Any recipe that calls for baking or roasting can be prepared in the standard bake setting. Now that we're familiar with the oven and its features, let's have some fun. We'll go through the procedures for making these baked stuffed peppers. Before setting the oven controls, be sure to close the oven door to bring the oven up to temperature faster during the automatic preheat cycle. Press the standard bake touch pad. You'll hear the oven timer beep. Press the plus time temp set key and a temperature of 350 degrees will always appear. Press the plus time temp set key to increase and the minus set key to decrease the temperature. In this case, we'll set the temperature at 325 degrees. Here we go. We talked about how the standard bake mode provides conventional radiant heat. Well, another kind of radiant heat is provided on the standard broil setting. When you select broil, a high wattage top heating element provides the heat. You're probably used to broiling all kinds of food, like these juicy steak kebabs. Unlike other ovens, you have a wide choice of temperature settings for the standard broil mode. So in addition to selecting the broil mode, you also have to select the temperature. We recommend that you choose a temperature between 500 degrees and high, which is 555 degrees. Remember, your Dacor oven has been designed for closed-door broiling. A special smoke eliminator has been included to remove much of the natural smoke caused by the broiling process. The pure convection mode differs from standard baking. It employs a third heating element encircling the convection fan in the rear of the oven chamber. The fan draws cooler air from the oven chamber, forces it across the heating element, and directs it through the convection baffle. The baffle distributes the heated air evenly around the food to ensure uniform cooking results. Typically, in a convection mode, you'll cook at a temperature 25 degrees cooler, and foods will cook about 10% faster than the standard bake. Use this mode for single and multiple rack baking and roasting, and to prepare complete meals. Because it promotes browning and seals in the juices, convection cooking is wonderful for a multitude of tantalizing treats, like this pizza. Piping hot and ready to serve. Some of the other items we prepared include this crown roast of pork, angel food cake, and this luscious lemon meringue pie. Also, leg of lamb, cakes, cookies, and frozen entrees. And of course, this 20-pound turkey roasted in just 3 hours. There are a couple of foods we recommend that you do not cook in the convection mode. These are pumpkin pies and custard. For those, we feel that the standard bake mode gives superior results. Next, we'll look at the convection baking mode. This mode is a very interesting combination of convection heat and radiant heat. In this mode, the bottom element is the primary heat source. Just as in the regular convection mode, the convection fan and baffle combine to circulate heated air evenly throughout your oven. All of the temperature settings can be used in this mode. And you can use single and multiple rack baking and roasting in the convection bake mode. Remember, too, that you use either the convection bake or the pure convection mode for baking or roasting. Follow the same steps that you would use for the standard bake mode when setting the timer or using the delay bake functions. What foods can be successfully baked in the convection bake mode? We achieved very good results with layer cake, pound cake, and all sorts of baked items such as quick breads, yeast breads, and coffee cake. Cookies and pastries work well too. Of course, you can bake all kinds of savory dishes, meat, and poultry in the convection bake, like our pot roast with vegetables. A wonderful thing about your Dacor Convection-Plus Oven is that it offers you multi-rack baking capabilities, like this multi-rack meal consisting of a baked ham, baked potatoes, and a corn souffle. The uniform air circulation provided by convection cooking enables the full oven capacity to be utilized. Now let's look at the delayed time feature. This practical function allows you to set the time and temperature ahead so you can bake foods while you're away, and they'll be ready when you are. You can use delayed time cooking in the standard bake, pure convection, and convection bake mode, but it does not work in the standard broil or convection broil modes. The best foods to use for this function are such items as vegetables, frozen casseroles, roasts, or frozen baked items. Use common sense and pay attention to food safety rules when using this mode. We recommend avoiding using foods that might spoil while waiting for the cooking cycle to begin. Those foods include mixtures that include eggs or dairy products, or unfrozen meat, poultry, or fish. Also, foods that contain baking powder or yeast won't rise properly in the delayed time mode. Don't plan to have frozen foods, especially meats, stand in the oven for more than a couple of hours before the cycle starts. And remove the baked foods within an hour from the end of the cooking time. To use the delayed time function, place the food in the oven, then press the appropriate touchpad to set the desired cooking mode. Set the cooking temperature by pressing the time, temperature, plus or minus pad to the desired temperature. Press the cook time pad and delayed time will appear in the clock display. For the double oven, it will also tell you which oven is being set. If you want to start cooking now, stop your programming here. If you want cooking to begin later in the day, press the stop time pad and then press the time temp plus key for the time of day you want your meal to be done. Your oven will start baking automatically and will beep 3 times when the cook time is completed. Then your oven will go into a hold mode in which the lower bake element maintains the oven temperature for 2 hours, or until you press the Cancel Secure key. Remember, the cook time refers to the length of the cooking time. It does not refer to the start time. Another unique feature of the convection oven mode is that you can use it to defrost frozen foods in half the time. Simply set the oven to pure convection at a temperature of 135 degrees. Every so often, you'll want to turn to the self-cleaning mode to keep your oven in good, clean condition. In the self-clean mode, both the upper and lower elements work together to heat your oven to 875 degrees. Now you can choose between 2 hours and 4 hours of cleaning time, depending on the condition of your oven. You can also delay the start of self-clean to accomplish it at a time that's most convenient for you. This allows you to take advantage of lower electric rates during non-peak hours. To prepare the oven for self-cleaning, be sure to remove a couple of things: the broiler pan and racks, all cookware and utensils if stored in your oven, and the convection fan filter. A tight door seal is essential, so be sure not to touch or clean the door gasket, as you may damage it. Check for grease spots and rinse those surfaces well with a sponge soaked with a vinegar and water solution. Then wipe dry. You may want to clean heavily soiled areas with a non-scratching scouring pad. Now, you're ready to set the oven to self-cleaning. Close the oven door completely. Press the self-cleaning touch pad and touch the Time Temp Plus pad. The jump-in time of 2 hours will be displayed. You can increase it to 4 hours by continuing to press the pad. If you want to delay the start of self-cleaning, push the Stop Time button, then push the Time Temp Plus pad to set the time of day you wish the cycle to be complete. You'll see the delay time appear in the clock display. Within 30 seconds of selecting self-clean, the automatic door latch will lock the door, and you'll see Lock and On appear in the clock display. This will function properly only if your oven door has been completely closed. If the word Door appears on the clock display, see your manual for instructions. Note: for those of you with double oven models, remember that you cannot use the second oven while the other is in the self-cleaning mode. Nor can you have both ovens in the self-cleaning mode at the same time. During self-cleaning, the oven door will become hot as the oven goes through the self-cleaning cycle, so use caution. When the cycle is complete, there may be a fine residue on the bottom of the oven. Simply wipe it off with a damp cloth. Then replace the convection fan filter and the oven racks, and you're ready to go. Well, we've covered a lot of information in this video, so you may find it useful to review certain portions until you're completely familiar with your oven's capabilities. Your use and care manual goes into greater detail, so be sure to read it thoroughly. It's been created to give you every advantage in using your new convection oven. All Dacor appliances are designed to give you satisfaction. If you have a problem, refer to the problem-solving section of your manual. If the problem continues, contact your local Dacor appliance dealer or service agent. He's pledged to stand behind every Dacor appliance he sells. Thank you for selecting Dacor, and happy cooking!
Thank you, Marlene, for those very helpful hints on cooking in the Convection Plus oven. I know each of you are going to see your cooking results greatly enhanced and the appreciation of your meals likewise increased. Please remember that at Dacor, our commitment to high quality in all of our appliances is second to none. When you've bought Dacor, you've bought the finest. After all, Dacor is a reflection of your good taste. And again, thank you for allowing the Dacor family to serve the needs of your family. And bon appetit.